Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Ghostwire Tokyo.
何それ
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zarel. Let's get to it. Alright, so today we're talking about Ghostwire in general, and we're going through, some of the side stuff, side missions and side quests and fetch quests, etc. But before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. Alright, so let's get into it. And I didn't realize it until probably the very end of the main campaign, that really the theme of Ghostwire is dealing with loss and how people deal with loss. Because basically everyone in the game is dealing with loss on some level. All right, what the heck? Where's this guy at? Didn't see where he went. Oh, shoot.
どこ行くんだよ。そっちに66尾はいねえぞ。見守ってくれそう。そうだな。
Don't forget that. But here we go.
どこから首が伸びてるの？長すぎるよ。どこ行くんだよ。そっちに66尾はいねえぞ。
Alright, where'd he go? But even the side characters are dealing with loss on some level. So, everyone's dealing with it a little differently. And you can kind of see that. Ah, there we go.
大事に使えよ。
Like I said, I didn't even realize it until the very end that that's really what they were doing. Which is really interesting. Oop. Gotcha. There are two. Oh, is there another one? Oh yeah, there's a bunch. Look at that. So I'm gonna try not to have any spoilers talking about the main campaign if you've not seen the other videos that I've done, or haven't been through it yourself. Wow. Oh. That's not good. Good thing is that grabbing their core doesn't take very long, especially with upgrades. So if you only go through the main campaign, you know, it doesn't take very long. What the heck? Why do they keep respawning? I'm gonna get rid of this corruption here, and maybe that'll do it. Is that it? Finally? Yeah, don't step in the corruption. Wow. So one thing I'll say, and hopefully this will be it, finishing the main campaign gives you transmission beads, which just gives you the ability to immediately transmit spirits that you get rather than having to go to a telephone. There. Get out of here. The combo ones don't really seem to do as much as they should, damage-wise. So if you only do the main campaign, it's probably only going to take you 10 hours, maybe 15 hours if you get distracted. But there's a whole bunch and lots of other stuff going on. Alright, so let's go through it by looking at the map. The total number of spirits transferred, you can see on the right side towards the top, 44.8%. You know, I've been trying to get spirits whenever I see them, so going through the whole main campaign and getting less than half, I think that's where the real grind is, getting the spirits. Because if you're only getting, let's say, 100 spirits at a time for every bundle of spirits you come across, I don't know how else to describe it. Because it's not just like one spirit for every time that you absorb spirits, and it'll give you a number, and it's a little bit random, but there's a range somewhere between like 90 and 300, I want to say. So even there, I mean, you're talking about a lot. Let's say 100 every time. You know, that's 1, 2. That's 2,400, which is quite a bit of spirits that you have to find. And then you have things like yokai, oni, kodama, which are almost like little side quests of their own. You're basically grabbing their power, which is the magatama, which you use for your skill unlocks. There's a skill lock on several of them. Most of them need 3. This one's was 7. And they're on every page, so if you want the, you know, the third prayer bead, if you want a capacity of 10 for consumables, etc., then you're going to be doing that. And this one, I would say, is probably one of the best upgrades to have just from a mobility standpoint. And so I prioritized that, so I kept my Magatama until I was able to unlock this and then get that. So I can kind of get where I needed to go. Alright, so back to this. You have the different vendors who are asking for Nekomata, the spirit cats. They're asking for different things. And when you come to these different stalls, you can activate it or track it, basically, and then it gives you this yellow ring, which tells you about where it's at. Once you get like right next to it, it'll pop up and it'll say, oh, here it is. So that's something that you can do. There are Jizu statues. There are Tanukis. There's 25 Tanukis, 52 Jizu statues total between the three weaving types. The main missions, and then a whole bunch of side missions. And then, like I said, the yokai and the oni and the kodama. The oni just kind of hide out and wait for you because they're being pursued by visitors. There's... Wait. That's right. Forgot why I was over here. The kodama are running... Oops. The kodama are runners. You know, they can run away from everything. Oops. Dang it. Oh, I got double tapped. Hopefully that saved after that. Alright, so let's see. Kind of saved. That did not save. And that bothers me a little bit. So you can manually save, or there we go. Huh. They got rid of them. So instead of going through like 5 waves with these guys. Oh, so as I was saying, you look at this and it's not just like one person. When you absorb them, then it says on the side, hey, absorb 97 spirits into one Katashiro. And I apologize that my pronunciation is probably way off. So don't assume that my pronunciation is correct. This guy with the mallet is trouble. Turn around and you see a guy right on top of you. The umbrella guys are really weak against water. There we go. Wham. umbrella's in tatters, so... Gotcha. One nice thing is that they have a whole bunch of credits. So that's another thing I should probably mention. 307, but that was 2. Oh no, 307, then 104, and then 96, so there we go. Ah, there you are. What are... So I know that they probably planned on you doing a bunch of the side stuff before finishing the main campaign, and there's actually a challenge or trophy that has you completing the game or the main campaign, but only after you've collected all of the spirits. Now, your prayer beads go from utility to firepower. So the flame, aqua, and gust beads, they all increase your attack power. So they do more damage to the visitors, which is always a good thing. I always have the gust beads on because that is probably the weakest one of all of them. Archery beads do the same thing. Talisman beads increase the duration of your stun and thicket, and increases the radius of exposure and decoy. You have the astral beads, increases the amount of ether that appears. So when you do a perfect block, if you have the skill unlocked, where is it at? Oops. Wire in, faster sneaking, ether shakedown. So if you have one of these where you hit the enemy, you punch him, it'll generate ether. Same thing with a perfect block, that'll generate ether, which you saw with the last battle. If you have those prayer beads on, the astral beads, then you'll get extra. Nourishment beads doubles the amount of HP recovered by consumables. So instead of 130 health, it's going to be 260 health. Instead of 40, it's going to be 80. Instead of 50, it's going to be 100. So that's really nice, especially when you get to higher synergy levels and you're kind of doing the things and leveling up and getting extra HP. Spirit perception allows you to sense spirits within a larger radius. Incognito makes it harder for them to detect you. And then the ones that I have equipped allows you to sense KK's investigation notes within a radius of 200 meters. And of course, as you level them up, they get more powerful. So level 3 is, I think, the highest level. Prosperity doubles the amount of mecha gained from yellow ether crystals. So the little good fortune cat and the little pots that you find, they're going to generate extra, as well as the visitors that you take out. So it's worthwhile to have that extra set of prayer beads so you can have that extra damage or utility. Let's go over here and look for that while we're talking. Now, one of the things that I don't think that they intended, or at least not primarily, is how And I'm not saying it's gospel by any stretch of the imagination. How you can look at play Ghostwire and kind of experience Tokyo. Oh, crying out loud. Gotcha. And then he got me. There. Umbrella's ripped to shreds. Gotcha. As you get more powerful, as you get more skills, it becomes easier to take down some of these guys. Not to mention you kind of understand, some of the unbinding of the spirits, etc. So you don't necessarily have to watch the whole thing. Alright, if you notice, these kind of have a shimmer to them. Green shimmer, of course, means that it's green ether or wind. Red means the fire. They are a little bit oil slick, where it can sometimes look like there could be anything. Alright, so I'm inside the circle here. I just have to figure out where that thing's at. I went up on top of the building. It's not there. I can go down to some of these. It does show up on your spectral vision. Oh, that's corruption. Alright, let's get rid of that. I think the corruption is a little bit random. Not like random in general, but random as in it shows up randomly, and even in areas that you've already been to, that it will, come back. Yeah, you're going to want to use the prosperity beads once you get them. Especially if you're wanting to get the cosmetics and... Oop, that's a wizard. Ooh, she's going all the way to the end. And there's 1, 2, 3, so 4 all together. A lot of times the... Oop, and another one. You'll notice that the visitors are actually guarding, whether they realize it or not. Get this big guy, maybe. Ooh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. There we go. Uh-oh. Wait, where's... Oh, there he is. Gotcha. Yeah. See, those prayer beads really make a difference. Oh, there you are. Ha. You can't hide now. It's kind of funny how you have these matrix boundaries. The fog is actually a bit of a side mission too, because you have to take out all the, or cleanse all the Torii gates in order to access all of the map. Alright, so I'm on the edge here. Alright, let's do this. Upgrade your spectral vision to see farther. That certainly will help. Oh, there we go. Got it. Model restaurant food. Alright, so we got it. Looking at the map. There was something down here. Oh, here we go. Tanuki do not show up on the map, but once you find them, then they do. Let's fast travel here. Oh, the prayer boxes. Hold on, let me see if I can find one. I don't want to. Stalls and offering box. Okay, so the offering box is actually a very useful tool, although it does cost you, and in the beginning you don't necessarily have a lot of spare Meka to use it. But if you donate 500, you have the opportunity of revealing a nearby Jizu statue or Tanuki as one of the options. So, oh, for crying out loud. That's not what I wanted to do. So let's get back up there. Dang it. That guy's trouble. There we go. Gotcha. Ooh. Oh, crying out loud. All right. Gotcha. Blocked you too. That was pretty cool. Yeah, this guy is trouble. One more should do it. Nope. Now he's done. Whew. Those guys are a pain I think I could just jump up there. But... Spirits. How many spirits do I have? 29. So I'm getting to where I should probably start looking for a telephone. Oh, there we go. I want to go right over there. Let's see. Can I jump up on here? Yes. This is probably the best spot to do it. Uh-oh. I meant to jump up, but... Oh, and I made it. Nice. And up we go. That's probably the only way that you can get up to the top of the building. And I think there were visitors up here. Yes. Oop. And they saw me. Oh. 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 Crying out loud. Oh man, those guys were such a pain. 1 or 2 is bad. Alright, where does it put me back? Because this could be... I mean, I should probably should have. Saved it once I got to the little window washer. Alright, so where am I at? And now I gotta go through that whole thing. Oop. Saw these out of the corner of my eye. Alright. Think I can get one? Nope. Oh, he's down and out. Try to keep them both in range here. Or in vision, I should say. Here we go, gotcha. There, gotcha. Knowing what to expect really helps. Alright, so now I got that. That. I don't know why I can't jump right there. Oh, it won't let you save. What? That's terrible. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going to do that, and... Well, they don't show you. Alright, and I am also... Let's see, this one... Weaving power. Because they shoot 3, like, rapid fire. You have to tap the block. Come on, take him out. Yes. Gotcha. Yeah, there's only one left. Yes. Let's take this out before any more come back. Like, what a big difference that was. One where they just dominated to one that I dominated. And I'm right next to the thing. Like I said, a lot of times you have... Wait, where is it? There it is. Tiny little thing. Big difference. Partially just because I knew what to expect. I think that was a big part of it. Let's go over here and do this one. I was being more or less methodical in picking stuff up. And then that went by the wayside. Come on, aerial. Yeah, actually, I was a little bit... In the beginning, when I unlocked the summon a Tengu... Tengu? Tengu, yes. Because I kind of wanted to just be like, okay, I want to go up there. Okay, summon the Tengu. Hey, summon the Tengu, let's go. But it's not that way. It's you can only summon them in certain spots. Speaking of, let's see. 8, 9. We'll eat one of these. But once you know, like, how it works, like, it's got to be on the edge, and you have to be within a certain distance. Before I go down there, let's see if I can... Ooh, yeah. I'll take that. 7,000. At some point you won't need the prosperity beads. It won't be that big of a deal. Inside the building, whenever you see a whole bunch of blackbirds, ravens, usually means that there's a curse or something inside. Alright, come on. There we go. Really? Woo, that's close. That did not happen the way I wanted it to. Oh, it's probably in here. Yep, there we go. Oh, nope, not in there. Here.
What,
Nice. Oh, you know what? I don't know that I ever finished my thought entirely because I got interrupted by visitors. So not that it's gospel or anything, but I think that this kind of gives you an idea of what the area is kind of like. What you know, when you go into apartments, kind of what they look like, and you know, I mean, even to a certain extent, like construction areas versus, you know, like where you're at. All right, let's take a look here at the map. Okay, so there's one over here. Can I fast travel? Yes. So if you're having trouble finding Tanuki, you can always go to the different offering boxes, and you will have to go to, you can't just go to one, you have to go to the one in the area. You know, in the beginning, it's going to be any, because that was a lot of dings for that scan. Over here. Can I Tengu up there? No. I feel like it's up here. Oh, maybe it's the offering box? There's arrows. I'll take that. I don't... Wait, that was really close. I've already looked at that. I probably looked at all the things in here. Oh, and There is a trophy for having bad luck with this thing, so if you get the worst possible outcome, that's actually a trophy. Let's see if I get it. Oh, nope. Amount of Maka received will be doubled. Ooh. Now I kind of want to find some Maka. Oh, I'm outside the circle. Oh, that's a stall. Oh, that's food. Money. Food. Oh, here's an offering box. Let's see if it gives me the option. So you have to do the 500, because the 100 you get health, SP, or nothing. If you do the 500, Jizu, I wish I could find what I'm looking for. Health, SP as well. So if you're going to do these, do the 100. Wish I could find what I'm looking for. That may be the gold circles, but I'm going to say Jizu. So once you do that, we're going to go to the map, pull out a little bit. Oh, here we go, right here. 7 fire Jizu statues. Where is one of the blue ones? It was over here somewhere. 15, and then all the rest of the 52 are wind. So tons. Tons. Alright, so we're right on the edge here. Ha. Outside the circle. Let's try to stay inside the circle. Let's see. Okay, so we're right on the edge. That should, in theory, you saw that pop up on the mini-map. Maybe that's it. Yes, that's it. Film camera. Alright. And little pandas. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you've got the, parks. Obviously, probably not this messy. In Japan, with like little panda rides instead of like what you have around here. The porta potties look different than what I'm used to. We'll give them some food. Give the dogs some food. They do something for you. Minimal, they'll get you some money. They'll dig up some money. But it could be something else as well, so. This might be something else. Oh, here we go. Jizu. Who's a good boy? Yeah, help me out. Let's get some more spirits. There's one, yeah, I was gonna say, there's one that was close. You need kind of line of sight to the middle. Okay, and there. so now looking at this, I should be... Okay, we'll go over here. Oop, nope. There. Thank you. Is there a... Ooh, yeah, actually, there should be a phone. Great. Here. Oh, there it is. I like this. I don't know why. I just like the little mechanic of transmitting the spirits via landline payphone. Plus, you get a little bit of you get little interchanges sometimes. You're starting to show promise. Alright, so... Oh, the Jesus statue. I almost forgot. If you get close enough, it'll pop up on your map, but don't count on it. Ooh, and I still got the bonus. Oh yeah, so that's like 4 times. Worth it. Bad guys here. 3, 4. It's a few more than I would like. Grab the cord, dang it. There we go. Double. Oh, there it is right there. Look at that. How is it that they see me from around the corner? So there is a challenge where you go and you get 5 cores at the same time. Difficult to do because you basically have to get 5 guys where they're almost exposed and then bam, take them out. Also means you have to have 5 visitors. So you have that bonus. I don't see any more money lying around to take advantage of it though. No epic battle for you. Nope. Over there. There we go. Lots of spirits on rooftops, so having that Tengu really helps you out. Not like that's the only place, but... What was that? Some lower level visitors. Alright, I think that's probably a good place to stop. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.